Week 6 in the NFL right here, wagerweekly.com. Glad you're in, everybody. Paul, Nolan, Damon Roberts with you, breaking down your Week 6 card. And, of course, it kicks off tomorrow night on Thursday night. 111, 112 in your Nevada rotation schedule. Denver, the Broncos coming off the loss to the New York Jets on the road to go visit Kansas City, and Patrick Mahomes. Circa opened this game 10-51. Now stands at 10.5-47. Paul, Nolan, lots of points to lay for a division game, but obviously Vegas and the odds makers, I would still think at this price they probably have to search far and wide for Denver money here. What do you see in this game?
You know what? This is a really tough spot. I mean, you're talking about, right now, 59% of the public of tickets are on Denver at this point is pretty shocking to me. It's 67% of the money, but it comes down to, it looks like they're counting on 20-mile-an-hour plus winds. I mean, Kelsey's dealing with an injury. The weather conditions, make it a big issue in this game. And, for me, it's so hard to say Denver right now. This team's defense is so unbelievably bad. I mean,
Sean Payton's made them worse. I mean, can we argue that Sean Payton has somehow found a way to make this team worse than they were last year?
I don't think it's that bad, but the defense is definitely worse. That defense last year kept them in games. If you remember that defense, there was one point, there was a stat, if Broncos had scored 17 or more points on average, they would have had a 10 or 11 win season. That defense was outstanding last year. And this year, I cannot believe the night and day Jekyll and Hyde turnaround here. So it's been shocking. Defensively, way worse, no question. Offensively, they have done some stuff, but the fact that this defense gave up over 400 yards to Zach Wilson and the Jets last week is pretty astonishing to me. If this was a no-win, perfect weather type of game, you got to be thinking over as the play here, considering the fact that, this Denver team has some weapons, and Russell Wilson looks less chubby and sluggish this year. He looks faster. It looks like he's in shape.
5-15 as a starter in Denver. Really chalked up a nice record there as a starter.
What's some investment they made, huh?
I mean, you lose to 50 to Miami, and then you lose
at Walmart. I went to Walmart to get some talcum powder. It was double the price. Which, maybe that's why I might pay for it.
I don't know. You lose by 50 to Miami. Then you lose as home favorites to the Raiders, Commanders, and Jets. And now you get a Kansas City team that arguably has not played probably their A game yet. They've kind of just taken care of business in a very business-like fashion. But a defense that hasn't, what's permitting about 16 points a game. I mean, Denver's going to have to really step up what they've done so far to even stay in this game. I think even at 10.5.
Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those games where I call it the dirty diaper game, where you just got to pinch your nose and say, all right, I'm taking 11 points, because you'll see 11s out there. 10.5 and 11 is similar numbers. It's a perfect example of, these division rivalries, and, it's a short week. You have to these short week games, and,
right. That's the one thing you could point to, I think, that's not beneficial for Kansas City is the short week and Kelsey being injured probably.
And the weather, 20+ mile-an-hour winds for tomorrow night. It's going to be, guys, by the way, it's Wednesday. We're doing this. So, things can change between now and then. But I'm forced, for the fun of it, for my pool where you have to take every game. I will take Denver in this one. It's a lean game. That's really all I got for you here, guys. If the weather was different, it could change the way I look at this. But, it's such an ugly pick. Sorry, Denver it is. But mine, you're going to go the other way, though, right? You're going to lean, you're going to lay the lumber here?
Yeah, I'm going to lay it. They've beaten them 15 straight times, 9-4-2 ATS. I don't think they've played their best game. I can't hold my nose with what I've seen from this Denver team. I just can't. I mean, I think he's made them worse. I really do. I think they're playing worse than they did last year.
Well, it's I don't want to die on that hill arguing over this one with you. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, all the hype about him coming in and him talking all that smack about Hackett being terrible, and this is just the funny how the league works. This is Peyton's not a guy who's loved by the referees. He's not loved around the front offices. So, this could be a little comeuppance. They're getting a lot of bad breaks and bad luck. The luck metrics don't show them very favorable. So, again, I'm just going to look for the short week, the heavy wind to slug the field down and slow it up, tighten it up, and somehow, some way see an ugly, disgusting cover for Denver here. So, you got to take the dog in this one, in my opinion.
All right, there you go. Week 6 on a Thursday night right here, wagerweekly.com.